So it's very important to emphasise here that RCS is a consumer-based service. It allows consumers the kind of messaging experience that they have wanted and used with the other services such as WhatsApp that are very present today. So all it is an upgrade to SMS. This is not, and we're not trying to be anything more than satisfying the customer need for messaging. So you can send files, you can send messages, you can receive delivered and displayed notifications, you know if the other person is online, and you can initiate and continue group chats with other RCS users. So it's an industry standard, GSMA-led. We have support from all of the major handset manufacturers, from Samsung, from Google, who is not only providing a client but a back end for some operators. So it's absolutely an industry standard, a real one now, not just a dry paper specification. And we're starting to see, as you will have heard from the GSMA today, all of the Japanese operators launched at the same time. The whole of the US is live. We have markets coming online. As Google was whetting our appetite today, we shall soon see a much stronger presence of RCS.
But we're doing so many other things that we're working on with Vodafone and open market, and you know it helps us because app deployment is very costly and it's very time consuming. The things that we're doing with RCS is just really quick. We had some of the developers just, you know, in the office just clicking away and, you know, already making progress. It's really exciting new technology. The most important thing is that the 5-star rating that all of our customers have given on RCS version 2. You know, and it's stunning. And now I thought it would be good, you know, and like 4.5 or something like that, but absolutely every customer has given it 5-star rating. Right, so we're only Vodafone at the moment, but I'm very confident the other mobile operators in the UK will be jumping, you know, to use RCS, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here. I want to sing about it because it's the right thing for the customers. You know, it's as simple as that. So I think the other mobile operators will be there. It will be known, and actually people want. Actually, if you look at text messaging, it's been great, but it's 25 years old. It's about time we had an upgrade, and RCS for us is the perfect upgrade.
But what we're starting to see is that the trials are delivering results that are very, very powerful. It's kind of part of the continuation of the power of SMS and the level of engagement that you get, and that is now starting to be applied to obviously RCS. To call it SMS 2.0 is, I think, short-sighted. This goes beyond apps. You know, we're going to see companies invest in RCS and drop their spend on apps, and potentially they should move their money, investment in mobile advertising and banner ads in particular. They should move on to RCS, far more effective.
The future.
Yes, so basically for us RCS is the way to go. I mean, SMS has been around for a very, very long time. It's been used in so many different use cases, but it also reaches limits at this stage. I mean, it's only 160 characters, black and white, plain text, so even though you can enrich the experience by putting a link into it and redirecting the user, for instance, to a landing page, it's still not a rich experience. So basically I think RCS has to move forward as a product and has to be provided to the end user and to brands as well, for these brands to communicate to the end users. So for us as middlemen, in any case, this is one of the channels we have to work on with the industry as being part of this industry in this value chain.
Yeah, I think it's a country-by-country adoption is going to be it. I mean, it always is with these things, and it'll be what kind of grabs people's attention and becomes the natural way of doing things. But once a couple of large brands have really adopted and driven the communication with their customers in that way, everyone will want to do it, because I think it'll be, well, it seems to me, a very, very obvious step which takes you away from being dependent on loaded apps and allows messaging to become rich, which is what it's meant to be.
So I hosted a panel looking at the fraud side of RCS, which isn't particularly pleasant, but it's a necessary thing. And I think it's under-discussed at the moment, which is obvious because RCS is brand new. But as we've seen from SMS, it's a highly, highly trusted medium, and we really need to protect that trust. So obviously MEF is doing its bit in that area. The thing about RCS, I think, that came through mostly is that people are pinning their hopes a lot on the registration system. So SMS is plagued a little bit by a lack of ability to identify the sender, which invites criminals to, fish for by pretending to be legitimate businesses. And with RCS, there's going to be a lot tighter control on registering as a legitimate business, and Google obviously has lots of AI and lots of data, including maps and so on, that can test against whether a business is legitimate or not.
Yes, I think one of the things that I'm very devoted to keep in mind on the message to communicate is trust. We need to come up with a solution and a platform that is trustworthy end-to-end, so end users and companies and brands, they know that it's a safe channel, that they will not be affected or being a victim of fraud. Based on that, the remark, we need to work together with ourselves and other community of aggregators and enterprises to ensure that what we are defining together will enable just that. So, of course, it's a bit of a tricky situation because we also need to get in the market and test it. It's a fairly green field. It's not just the same scenario as SMS, because it opens much more wider opportunities to share files, to share content, to share video as well, the voice, and of course that opens for new opportunities of carrier billing to jump, and then those needs to take into consideration of how we're going to make it work. So key aspects for this to work is the principles. If each aggregator and telco and brand working on the same principles, then they could start the channels to connect to each other in that manner and at least try to filter the bad sort of gray spamming or fraud channels from the back to keep that trust goal from the very beginning.